it's obvious to everyone when you look at the situation they're in right now about the striker, and I'm sure they'll rectify that in the summer and bring someone in. But were you saying this at the start of the season?
A striker?
Yeah.
I thought they should have brought a striker in. Of course they should have brought a striker.
So, okay, no problem.
In March, you said they shouldn't bring a striker in March.
No, well, there's no transfer window in March.
You said that they shouldn't bring a striker in. It wasn't a striker, wasn't the problem.
No. So why did you tip them for the league at the start of the season?
I thought they would step up this year.
You've just said they were short of a striker.
No, of course.
You tipped them for the league at the start of the season. So
right.
don't now talk about, because they've had injuries up front, they need a striker.
The season starts.
They might need a striker. The point I'm trying to make is, if you tip someone for the league, you can't then say halfway through the season or at the end of the season, he should have bought a striker. What was Arteta doing?
You
tipped them for the title.
Right, on August the 15th, the season
you tipped them for the title.
There's 3 weeks left of the transfer window.
Oh, okay.
I thought they would also get a striker in January, and they didn't. Who? Oh my God, that's like saying who did Villa got two.
Who?
Villa got 2 or 3.
Okay.
Villa got 2 or 3.
For the
So Villa got 2 or 3. Are they not allowed to get a striker in January?
Whatever he wants, but who was the name that you said at the
I
time?
thought Arsenal.
You tipped Arsenal for the titles. Don't say now Mikel Arteta made a mistake about the striker.
Oh my God, Cara, last summer everyone was saying, Arsenal's fan base have been saying they need a striker for 2, 3. And I think Arsenal would have won the league this year. I'm hugely disappointed in Arsenal this season not winning the league. I thought they should have been there this season. Nothing to do with Liverpool. Liverpool have done absolutely fantastically well. It's not Liverpool's problem, but Arsenal should be closer to them, and they've gone backwards. And they should have added a striker last year in the transfer window, and they didn't do it. I've been saying that for 2 years, 3 years, Cara, so it's not a case of just saying it now. They should have got a striker in their squad.
At what stage do you think doubts will be creeping into him? He's 26 now, 2 years without a trophy to show for it at Arsenal.
I don't think right now. I think for other players maybe in the team, maybe who've been there a little bit longer. But in terms of Declan, I think he's been Arsenal's best player this season. I think he'd probably, I'm not saying he'd give it another 12 months, but I think those doubts maybe kick in maybe another 12 months. It might be a little bit different from maybe somebody like a Saliba, if you like, who's been there a little bit longer and is desperate to sort of get his hands on some silverware. So no, I don't think there'll be any sort of thoughts like that right now. I think they all feel are really close. They are very, very close, but we all know as players ourselves here, the final step is the biggest one.
I think it's a great achievement to not win a trophy in 2025 for 5 years and still be the manager of a top club that isn't under pressure from us, from anybody in the football community, or even their Arsenal fan base. So I think that's an incredible achievement, because we thought those days were gone whereby you could basically have this type of patience being afforded to you.
So you think he should be under pressure?
No, I actually think it's a good thing that for 5 years to not win a trophy, ordinarily there would be a manager under pressure. I think that's significant in the sense that you think that there is progression. I'm glad that on Friday in his press conference he said we've gone backwards in the Premier League, because the first thing you have to do after the midweek, they tickled our backs a little bit for last month with the Champions League, and it sort of took the heat off them a little bit in how bad they've been in the league, being 13, 14 points off Liverpool. 13, 14 points from where they were last season and the season before. But they've left themselves woefully short up top, and they still haven't got a player in midfield from deep who can receive the ball on the back foot, and Zubimendi we think may come to Arsenal. They've got to deal with that. Partey's not great at it. Declan Rice was proven in the first leg against PSG. He's not great at it. He's better going forward. So those two key positions, they need 2 forwards and they need another midfield player. But the forward part of it, they've signed 1 striker in 7 seasons as a football club. I know I've been arguing this all season. It's ridiculous that they've left Mikel Arteta, or Mikel Arteta has left himself, so short. They spent £750 million and signed 1 striker in that time, and that is not good enough.
I think the progress is going really well. I think I'm with Jamie. I've seen quotes of Jamie talking about the need to win something. But if a manager takes you from 8th in the league for a couple of seasons, and then you get a 5th and then 2 seconds, that is progress. No matter what. And let's not forget, they're up against Man City, one of the best Premier League sides ever.
But not this season.
But yes, and then Liverpool have stepped up. But it's very hard, and ask Gary about this, it's very hard to keep going and going and going again. People don't talk about, if Salah was to get injured, if we talked about Van Dijk. When Van Dijk got injured this season, Liverpool didn't do exactly what they were supposed to do. You lose Gabriel, you lose Saka, you lose Havertz, you lose a spine of the team for big moves of the season. Of course, it's going to affect you. In terms of the next step, I think next season now, there's no excuses. When you talk about bringing a striker in, Osimhen's gone to Galatasaray on loan. Why couldn't it come to Arsenal? I just thought they were short up front, and throughout the season, you know, it played evident that they couldn't get it.
Arsenal's transfer activity ahead of the 2025-26 season has been robust, with significant moves to bolster the squad. The club has secured the services of Spanish midfielder Martin Zubimendi from Real Sociedad for £50 million, agreeing to personal terms on a long-term contract. Zubimendi, known for his composure and defensive prowess, is expected to enhance Arsenal's midfield stability, especially with the anticipated departures of Thomas Partey and Jorginho. In addition to Zubimendi, Arsenal has shown interest in several attacking options to strengthen their forward line. Targets include Victor Gyökeres of Sporting CP, who had an impressive goal-scoring record in the previous season, and Alexander Isak of Newcastle United, valued at around £80 million. The club has also made a £25.5 million bid for Brazilian forward Marcos Leonardo from Benfica, indicating a proactive approach to enhancing their attacking capabilities. Defensively, Arsenal is preparing an offer for Valencia's young centre-back Christian Mosquera, aiming to add depth and youth to their backline. With the arrival of Andrea Berta as the new sporting director, the club's transfer strategy appears focused on blending experience with promising talent. As the summer transfer window progresses, Arsenal fans can anticipate further developments as the club seeks to build a squad capable of challenging for major honours in the upcoming season.